Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. So, as we get into earnings season, one of the things that I find myself getting involved with a lot more frequently are like straddles, strangles, right? As these are trades for earnings volatility. So, it's not necessarily a bet on direction, it's just a bet that the stock is going to make like a bigger move than what the option market is anticipating, right? Space over the weekend was the Branson and his crew had their first man flight. So that was obviously not an earnings report, but it was a major event for the company. And similar to like an earnings strategy, I thought that it was due for a big move and a move more significant than what the options were priced in at the time, which I believe on Friday they closed about 12, 12 and a half. All right. Now, we all know the flight was a success. However, the stock on Monday was not. Right? It opened flat, and then basically within like the 2 to 3 minutes after the opening bell, they announced 500 million share offering, and that just absolutely took the wind out of the sails of the stock, and it really has not had any sort of bounce since then. Right? Now, that first session, right? So the stock closed on Friday at 49, and that first session, the low of the day was 40, give or take, right? So at any given point, it was only down 9 points. So the options, if you had bought a volatility strategy, so like a straddle, right? If you paid $12 for a straddle, and that session the stock at max only dropped 9, then both sides of the options were likely to be down, right? Because the straddle cost 12, it only moved 9. Options are going to be taking a hit, right? And this idea, I mean, it's not just like this event. I mean, it's all events in general, right? My rule of thumb when it comes to earnings trades and volatility trades on them, right? If the stock has a huge move that first day and your options are up and you're making money, that's great. You manage that like you would manage a normal trade, right? If the first day you don't get a big enough move to make back, say, like 85 to 90% of your option premium, right? My rule of thumb is I give it 2 to 3 sessions, right? Because, I mean, I know in this case, space, it followed through really sharply to the downside, but this is like the rule of thumb because you don't always get that huge 1 day move, but as the news gets digested, then you get continuation in a direction, right, over like the next 1, 2, 3 days after it. So if it doesn't move enough to pay the volatility strategy that first day, 2 to 3 days are my rule. If after 2 to 3 days it still hasn't really put together a big move, then most likely I'm getting out of those contracts, right? I'll take the hit, I'll move on, wait for a new setup, right? But like space, and with today's drop down to like the 33 area, then it had moved 16, almost 17 points, right? So you went from on Monday options not getting rewarded to by Wednesday the options start to get rewarded because the stock has now exceeded the price to move for the week, right? So space is an example of any you can use it as like a broad example of any sort of like volatility strategy where maybe that first day not enough, but if you get the news keeps getting like factored into the stock and you get follow through, then oftentimes you can see like these like multiple days in a row where like at first not enough, 2 or 3 days later you can actually either get your money back or make some money on top of it, right? So um, just something I wanted to point out because as we get into earnings season, there'll be more strangles, straddles, and it's obviously important to know like how you approach these. I mean, it'd be great if they all worked out, but they don't all work out. So the ones that don't work in your favor right away, you need to have like a game plan with how you want to go about it. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events with options or trading earnings with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Hope you have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.